Maps don't show the heart, only roads and signs.
Welcome back to Real Talk with Hagir. I want to talk to you about an issue that should be all over the news, but unfortunately it's not. And we're not just talking about the massacre and the genocide in Sudan or the war in Sudan that people don't talk about, but we're talking about atrocity all over the world where people are literally starving. They cannot afford to eat or get medication. They are killed by the dozen. There is not just genocide in El-Fasher, but look all around you and you will see that what is happening right in the world is a true testament and test to our humanity and if we care or not. And honestly, at this point, I'm starting to lose hope in humanity. I am someone that you don't hear me say that a lot. And if you follow all my shows, you know that I'm the most hopeful person. But at this point, I do not. I don't see that hope. I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm losing hope in humanity. How do you feel, Maya?
I feel the same way. I feel like the world has blinders on to only see exactly what they want to see and what they want to show, while millions, and I mean millions of people around the world are hurting. And, you know, it's 2025. Everybody's worried about, here in the United States, of course, the government shut down. 3-Eye Atlas that's coming to Earth, like all of these different things. And then yesterday, I want to say, earlier the day yesterday, I heard about what happened in Sudan. And I've followed Sudan for a long time. Since when Hagir first told me about it, she was like, this is what's happening. And ever since that day, it's something that I just stuck with. Like, I just feel it. You just feel it. You don't have to know what's happening exactly, but you can feel the pain. And you sit down, you go about your daily life, you go home, you cook dinner, you talk it to your family, everything just seems fine, and then you sit there and then you watch the news. And I want to say, like last night, it really hit hard with me watching the news, and then they highlighted a dog with no back legs.
Which is sad.
It is sad. But this is world news, okay? The world news should talk about world pain or what's happening in our world. We're so desensitized and we try to fluff everything up and try to talk about things that aren't really relevant, I don't feel. And I was talking to my husband about it, and I'm like, if you go on your Facebook, you won't see it. I'm on Facebook every day. I don't see it. I don't see what's happening. Until yesterday morning when I was talking to a friend and he was telling me what happened. Just Sunday with El-Fasher. It's sad. And it's sad because nobody wants to talk about it. Oh, it's not affecting us here. We got our own stuff to worry about. I saw a Facebook post this morning when I was looking for pictures. We have our own stuff on on X. We have our own stuff to worry about here. What people here don't understand is we are not too far from that now. So it may not affect you firsthand, but it's coming.
Yeah.
And it could come in a blink of an eye.
And that's not all. Like, you shouldn't care because it affects you, even though it is going to affect us greatly because we are all tied up.
Yeah.
And there is a war down there. It's affecting everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, when people talk about, okay, this is not an issue that we're facing right now. So let's talk about the issues we're facing right now. Coming November, millions of elderly individuals on the spectrum or other people who have special needs.
Yeah.
Most of our vulnerable population are going to lose their food stamps. They're going to lose their health care. A lot of people are not going to afford even to eat. And this is not, a lot of people when they talk about this, they think of, oh, those are the lazy people. First, let's
Right.
get some things straight right
Yeah.
here. The federal would not give food stamp or assistance or anything to someone who is not documented, if that's your worry. And instead of us being worried about, who's eating, this is the basic need. We should worry about people who are piling money, people who are taking everything and making you look at someone who has as little as you and tell you that person is here to take your stuff. Come November, and what is upsetting, more than just seeing that happening, to hear the reaction from people saying they're happy, they're celebrating that someone is going to go hungry.
Yeah.
So that same person is not going to care about El-Fasher. It's not going to care about the massacre. It's not going to care about the people who are currently in a refugee camp. And they've been since the war in Sudan started. They're not going to care about, children starving in Gaza.
Yeah.
They're not going to care about anything, but they are going to have a whole campaign to target someone as Miss Rachel or someone who is speaking just simply about kids should not die.
Yeah.
No one should take pride or joy when you see someone is being murdered
Yeah.
or someone who's starving,
Yeah.
when the formula is 1 mile away. Like, how did we get here? Like, that's something I don't know. I don't recognize many of the people that I personally knew. I sat in the car earlier before I come to you, to the center, and I was crying. Not because I didn't want you to see me crying, but prayer doesn't do nothing, and tears doesn't do nothing, and us talking doesn't do anything. And that's why I haven't been talking for a while. You try to do what you can, but there's nothing that we can do. Like, besides moving on with our life as, just a regular day. You come to work, you eat, you shower, you go check up on your kids when you know that there is a child. Now, in Sudan, every part of Sudan, there is a child in Gaza who is under the rubble.
Yeah.
Somebody you can see, if you look at the video, and we're so desensitized like Maya said, you look at somebody's bones. You see a child who have nobody, and you think that's okay.
Yeah.
And this truly a message to everyone. I am so disappointed on so many people that are right now, I used to consider my friends. And if you are sitting and watching and cheering for something like that, please do me a favor and just cut ties with me, because we are all going to die one day. So when you die, how do you want to be remembered?
Yeah. What's
And
your
do you
marks?
think you're going to be taking that money with you? You're not. You're not. You're going to answer for a God that, I don't know if you believe in God or not, but there is nowhere in any holy books, and I read all of them, there is nowhere in the Bible that it tells you to worship the Bible, but it tells you to love the neighbor. There is no word in Quran it's telling you to turn away from someone who is hungry. Even that religion will forgive someone if they stole food because they're hungry. In the Torah, if you read it, go read that book and tell me what verse in any holy book that this is acceptable. If you're someone that care about religion,
Yeah.
so don't come and sit here and preach about God
Yeah.
when you are doing something that even God frown upon. Whether, I don't know which God you pray to. I don't know how Those people sleep at night. I don't know how you can go on with your life without even seeing that silence is complicit, that not caring. Because if you don't care about someone just because you should care, think that could be you. And at that time, do you want someone to support you and help you? Or you want us to look and clap hands? Because if you take joy in people's miseries and pain and hunger, you have to check your humanity. Because I don't think you're human.
I think, like, just like I said, people have been so desensitized, and you hear the slogan, the human race, and when I hear that, it just makes me think of the world right now. Everybody is racing to be a millionaire, to be this person, the celebrity, to be on the top of the mountain. It's all a race that we end up knocking people down to get to the highest mountain.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what's happening around the world. We're so worried about everything else that our brothers and sisters around the world are hurting.
Yeah. And that's not politics. Like, one thing I want to bring out, shout out to Miss Rachel, because there are so many people who use their platform for good. But not many people face the lash that Miss Rachel faced. She is someone that I truly admire, because when you stand up and say, how can you be okay with kids starving? And people will lashing at her, canceling. How? Like, she didn't even talk about politics. She was talking to everyone across the aisle. She said, I don't care. And the same way here, I don't care what politics you affiliate with. I don't care what religion you affiliate with. We're talking to you as human, not as someone that we agree or disagree with your policy. This is not policy. This is care. And people cancel or tried to cancel Miss Rachel, but she is using her platform and she's getting the recognition she deserves, just because she cared about children. And she said, no child should go hungry. Yeah. No mother who is malnourished should be sitting there listening to her child crying when there's 4 million miles away. And you know what? The same scenario has been happening in Sudan every year, not just since the revolution.
Yeah.
Because what is happening in El-Fasher or Darfur or Bara or any part, that's not new.
Yeah.
The genocide in Darfur, everybody knew about the genocide in Darfur in 2003. And the world spoke.
Yeah.
But then it went silent.
Yeah.
And that never stopped, You're talking about a militia. You're talking about people who, I don't even know why they're fighting right now. Because the country is rebel. There is nothing. I mean, people are still stealing gold. People are still wanting to look for power. But what are you fighting for?
Yeah.
Like, just tell me. I'm serious. Like, I want to know. What are you trying to accomplish? And some of those people who are over 60 years of age, what legacy are you leaving behind?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just sad. I don't know how to make people realize or open their eyes. Even my very own family.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that's sad, and change the channel and go to something else. And you may not, for anybody who's watching this, you may not understand their language. You may not know what they are saying, but you will feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Just turn it on. You will feel it. In, what was that, in 2019? When the revolution? When the revolution happened in 2019, I had no idea what was happening. I had no idea why it was happening or what's going on. But when you spoke about it, I felt it. And as a human, as a mother, as a daughter, as a friend, you feel that. And people are just so cold. They're so cold. Sunday, they said 2,000 people. And that's I'm sure that number is wrong.
Yeah.
2,000 people in El-Fasher
Executed.
executed.
Or لجان المقاومة, they in El-Fasher, they declare that there is no one living in El-Fasher. Fasher is destroyed, which I believe, because who is going to give you right numbers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the UN everywhere is just, oh, we are supporting, we are condone. Like, why are we going to keep? Who has the power
Yeah.
to keep this going, and who wants it to keep going and to stop it? Like you condemn, you pray, send prayers and thoughts, and yeah, those do work, make somebody feel good about themselves, like they've done something good. But I don't even, I'm not going to even ask anyone to contact their legislature. I mean, you should, but who's listening now?
Yeah.
If we have people here who are like really looking at children in the United States today, and we don't have to go far. Look in the United States,
Yeah.
coming November.
Yeah.
You know, do you know that have 39% or more of the people who are receiving the benefits, full-time workers? I volunteer at shelters, family shelters, where people work 40 hours plus, 40 hours plus, and they're still homeless because they cannot have their end met, you know? Most of the people who are receiving or recipient of the help are special needs, elderly,
Yeah.
who done their part, they worked and they retired. And this is the time for them to not worry about where they're gonna, if they're gonna eat today, or how they're gonna get money to support their family or pay their bills,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And if you have someone who is in disability, how are they gonna survive?
Yeah.
You guys think about that? Because when we talk about the amount of money that goes into this, yes, there are people who are taking advantage of the system, but the solution is not dismantling the system.
Yeah.
Find those people and go check, hire, have resources to go check and meet and assess who is truly in need and who is taking advantage of the system. That's easy.
Yeah.
And let's think about, even if the 1 billion that goes towards those services is supporting 5% of people who are not true, but 95% of people who are actually in need. When we look around and see that the 1%, the richest people in the United States, get tax breaks over 16, 17 billion. Just take 1 billion out of that
Literally.
and feed people for a whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if this even gonna make sense. I don't know if what we're saying right now is going to reach someone who care, someone who didn't know, because I feel like even the algorithm is going to put it to someone who already know and who already care. And this video is not directed to someone who cares. We're directing this video to someone who question
Yeah.
that someone in this world does not deserve to live just because they don't feel like it. They don't feel like they should live. Or someone in this world should go hungry, not have medicine or a place. Winter is coming, guys. Winter is coming. And it's cold, so when you go home and turn on that heater and go in your bed and cover up with that blanket, remember that there's a child out there who does not have that.
Yeah.
They don't even have a door to close. They don't have a bed, warm bed like yours, or a heater, or a blanket, or even clothes.
Yeah.
And those clothes are miles away. Just think about that. And after that, if you don't feel anything, then I don't think there's anything I or Maya or anybody could say and change your mind, because you are long gone. You're long gone.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
In 2019, the people of Sudan said, "Das gut
best.
das gut best." So now, what do we say?
I don't know.
That was like the chant to uplift everybody, you know? And I remember it stuck with me. The lady in the taupe on top of the car. I have no idea who this lady is, but I love her so much. But I wonder, what do we say now?
Wake up.
Don't turn a blind eye. Just because you are not hurting physically doesn't mean you can't care for people who are hurting physically. And we can't show the graphics because they're so raw and so painful.
You can find them.
But you can find them. And
honestly, no. Why? Why do you want to see graphic to care?
You know what? I feel like some people have to see it in order for them to understand that it's real. 100%.
It's not AI, guys. This is not a drill.
I feel like people have to see it. Because even my own, my husband, we talked about it last night, and he said, "Oh, that's so sad." Like, he was like, "Man, that's tough." And that was it. But if I was to show him the picture that I saw today of the mother with her baby and her toddler being hung, it hits different. So don't turn a blind eye. People are destroyed for lack of knowledge, and that's why we have these battles and races that keep happening over and over. History keeps repeating itself over and over and over and over again, because we're not educating ourselves on what's happening, and we're not speaking up about it. So just like Hagir said, you can't turn a blind eye and only talk about it when it benefits you. You have to be willing to make people uncomfortable in order for them to see the truth.
This is it. Just keep on going with your life and your day, and I hope you will go and look and listen and try to be the change that you want to see in this world.
Maps don't show the heart.